simple, but as soon as you start combining these simple things together, it gets very complicated. Being able to navigate them all at the same time is really hard. I get jobs, I do.
Walk me through one job that you do.
Okay, so I had a Gilbert job today. Someone else loaded the CTs on the network. I think it was Conde. And so I go take a look at the media folder, and well, I'm looking at it, and we have 5 CDs under one media number, and I'm like, I don't like this. For the rest of the case, we've been using a separate media for every CD. I think there's some good reasons for it. Media number is just basically like, this is a physical piece of media, it gets this sequential, like, integer. And, so I'm like, alright, I'm gonna copy it, I'm gonna redo it. And we need he had it all processed in our capture engine, but because we had moved around medias, we had to redo that, so I redid it, whatever. It's pretty simple. Then there's just a couple. It's really not that hard. Like it's just being very
Just to pay attention.
Yeah. Did that. Look at the other medias through the tool. They had some custom fields and custom tags, so I populated those. One of the CDs had some weird shit with it, where it's like, depending on where the folder comes from, give it this tag. And I'm like trying to look at this shit, and I've got, it's like 840, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to fucking deal with this shit. So, I transferred it to the person in the morning.
NXS, you're on a roll there.
But, there was something, we had this problem where a user in Eclipse trying to open a search that referenced another saved search that the user didn't have access to, which would normally not allow you to run that search because it contains information that hasn't been exposed to that level of security. And for some reason, I don't know, iPros, the people who make clips, are really bad at error messages. So it doesn't throw an exception that makes any sort of sense unless you like read the stack trace and like you're kind of smart. And I mean, not even really smart. I mean, you gotta like have to be able to read words, but that's actually beyond a lot of people, surprisingly. And, it just had to do.
Probably read the stack trace.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Some errors are still. Eastwood and I will look at an error sometimes, and we'll look at each other and be like, "What the fuck does this mean?" And Eastwood's really smart.
Is he a programmer?
Oh yeah, this guy's. This guy's.
Oh, can I not hear you when I'm dead?
Plus 100.
My bad.
Did he get a degree or something?
No,
my scoreboard was only showing. It wasn't showing.
Does he have a Git?
This kid started his career in like professional shit. Oh, this guy's got an amazing story. He started as like a CSR, like just like picking up boxes and shit, and like taking in jobs. And then one day they're like, our servers are down. What the fuck? Eastwood's like, I think I can fix this, and he like fixes it. And then pretty much after that day, he becomes like the resident IT / like everything person.
Oh my god! So basically, he fixed the server.
Real hot take, very much.
No, he had a lot of skill at that point though.
Oh, okay. Like he just hasn't.
He hadn't been given a chance. Yeah, and he became a pretty good programmer. Like he learned a lot of stuff, and that was about like 2 years ago, like 2.5 years ago. And then he had a really bad drug problem. Like
I can see why he can continue school.
Yeah, he had like an opioid problem. Like he would just like be nodding off at work, like sleeping for hours at his desk, and he'd go to the bathroom for like half an hour and come back looking like completely fucked up. Like, he was homeless for a little while. And, but one day, after Cesar had left, and I was the second senior engineer at Lightspeed after working there for 3 months, which is absolutely ridiculous. This is the most insane thing. They were like, oh yeah, we're talking Eastwood, and like, at this point, I didn't know who he was. Like, I had no idea who this guy was. All I knew was everything he had left behind, because he had left behind all of his files and stuff were still on the network. So I have been picking through it and playing around with, like, looking, like, he had a bunch of, like, you know, VS projects and a bunch of code and, you know, like, all of his files and shit. So, like, I had, like, the idea of this person, like, I knew he was legit. Like, everyone knew he was legit. But, like, I had been looking at his shit and I'm like, this is, like, fucking, like, sick shit. I mean, it's not like, you know, crazy, elegant enterprise design, but, like, he knew what he was doing, clearly. And then he comes back one day, and it's just like, oh, he's just like a white dude. He's like 28. He's just chill. I don't know. We've become pretty good friends, I think. I've learned so much from that guy. It's like the only reason I don't want to quit is because, like, every day I work with him, I learn more.
What's pushing you to quit?
Money. Maybe.
Money.
Oh, I would like to live in New York. Living at Lightspeed is really. I mean, working at Lightspeed is really stressful.
I see.
I mean, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's pretty bad. But this is also just a feeler. In a sense, like it's like to see what's out there, just to keep a connection.
You already got your associates. You can always go back to school.
I thought about that too, getting a bachelor.
And whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I probably just want to like head out of Stony Brook and just go and hit the reset button on my life and go to fucking Suffolk.
I think I just took the sniper out.
And get my GPA up doing those easy classes.
You don't get a reset button.
You sure?
You can never reset it. You'll learn a lot.
I believe in reincarnation.
Oh, well, that's a different story, but... I mean, you're not gonna be able to reset it, but you can definitely change. Even if you do quit, I mean, like, you can still change, you know, but you can't take back what you did. If you take back what you did and try to ignore it, you're never gonna learn what we did wrong in the first place.
Play Dota.
That's true. They don't want to change.
It's like a drug, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know how, I'm not very good at dealing with it either, so I don't have any advice for that. I mean, I know how to, but it's the same problem. It's like, I'm so comfortable with the way.
Motivation. Yeah.
If I didn't have a job like this, I would definitely be spending more time on making myself a better person. But I feel kind of tapped by the amount of time I spend, like, concentrating and being serious. If I were, well, if I didn't have a job like that, like this, or I wasn't in, or sorry, and I would be spending time, like, just getting healthy, like, get healthy and do meditation, go to like meditation camps, shit like that. Like, I'm serious, it's so strong, the difference it makes. You could spend years of your life fucking around, or you can just go to something like that and, like, literally sit down and face your fears and just, like, learn so so much.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Going to like a 10-day meditation retreat.